So Woody Allen recently premiered a movie. I'm going to mispronounce this. It's Coup de Chance or Chance at the Venice Film Festival. And it did get a standing ovation, but it also got protests because activists at Venice, they're scandalized by what Woody Allen has done in the past. And if you guys don't know, I'm going to reiterate it. Basically, he eventually married his stepdaughter, who he had known while she was a child. They got together when she was about 21. It was his stepdaughter when he was with Mia Farrow,
who she's and that daughter is from her marriage before him. I had to like literally look this. So it says he dated Mia Farrow from 80 to 92. They adopted 2 children, Moses Farrow and Dylan Sullivan Farrow, born in 78 and 85 respectively, and had 1 son, Ronan Farrow. Mia Farrow became Allen's mother-in-law when he married Suni Previn, the adoptive daughter of Farrow and second husband Andre Previn, who they was like 7 years old. In 2013, Mia sensationally claimed that Ronan may possibly be the biological offspring of her first husband, Frank Sinatra, rather than from Allen. Like the whole family requires a flow chart to understand. I think they said Mia Farrow has 14 kids.
They already weren't together anymore. Woody Allen and Mia Farrow already split by the time that he ended up with his, I guess now former stepdaughter. And he is not, neither of them are blood related to her because she was adopted, but
he fell out. He fell out with all of them.
The fact that you even have to say that, though.
It's weird.
I mean, obviously she was an adult when they got together, but he knew her since she was a child.
Moses,
that's just unequivocally weird.
He reconciled with Moses. Dylan essentially said, Ronan basically said he has a problem having a consistent relationship with somebody who's both his dad and his brother.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Isn't that like what Elon Musk's dad did? Didn't he do something similar where he ended up having a child with his former stepdaughter?
He did?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So he pulled a Woody Allen?
Yeah.
Basically?
Yep. And him and Mia Farrow never married. They dated from 80 to 92.
Oh, okay, I get it. They're not married.
And he adopted Moses and Dylan. He's reconciled with Moses. Dylan, obviously, Dylan is the one he's accused of R-wording. It's a mess. It's gross.
A lot of people have said he's creepy. Didn't Scarlett Johansson say that working with him on that one film, I can't remember the name of right now, that he was kind of like that old school creepy of like
old school Hollywood creepy.
Yeah.
According to social media posts, the protesters removed their shirts, big surprise there, and handed out sheets of paper encouraging the festival to turn the spotlight off of R-wordists. This year, the Venice Film Festival has decided to give space to Woody Allen, Luc Besson, and Roman Polanski, 3 directors involved in sexual violence against women, including minors.
Luc Besson, I think that those charges were dropped. I don't know anything about that.
Roman Polanski, though, that happened.
Yeah.
And it was so weird when he took a picture with his victim, and she's, now in middle age, and they're smiling together like everything's okay. But I mean, a lot of people were trying to excuse him of what he did after that photo came out because they're like, see, she's not mad at him. And I'm sorry, but like the feeling that in this case, child victim has toward their abuser in no way dictates how we should treat their abuser.
Nope.
And
Absolutely.
if you have any knowledge of like the psychology of how things like that work, like the dynamics work there, then you would know that already.
And just remember, I mean, it was...
and if she forgives him, that's her business, but I don't have to think that that's like cool.
Yeah.
Right. That's for her. It doesn't make the whole entire situation of what he did cool.
It's also crazy how like all of these actors, whether it's Kevin Spacey, whether it's Woody Allen as a director, they all kind of have their own, like they can keep working. It's just overseas. Like...
Because Europeans, that's part of their culture already anyway.
But like...
They don't have boundaries about any sexual
But not when it comes
behavior.
to Kanye, apparently.
But
Yeah,
like,
right?
Draw the line there.
Sounds racist.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Anti-American.
it's just it's crazy that this is like he got a 2.5 minute standing ovation, which by
2.5 minutes is actually not that much.
no, but judging by
looking at
self-obsessed narcissists in Hollywood who love to give each other long standing ovations,
like 15 minutes.
yeah,
They go like,
so-
it's crazy. Also, another actor got arrested at the Venice Film Festival. His name is Gabriel Govera, on a sexual assault charge. So I guess they're really cracking down on the misconduct that goes on at these film festivals. I'm sure there are plenty of people attending the Venice Film Festival that shouldn't be there. Yeah. The arts in general attract sexual perverts. They attract sex perverts and weirdos. Some of whom make some of the best artists, weirdly enough.
My friend who was trying to make it as an actor in Hollywood for a while ended up he left because he was like, I just had to basically pretend to like be okay with getting hit on constantly by gay men if I wanted to get anywhere.
Bruh. Yeah.
And like pretend to be.
That's also like
into it.
Kind of part of gay culture in general, is just like there are no boundaries for anything.
Yeah. Even if you're straight.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, that makes it like they would like hit on a straight guy more.
Yeah. Well, it's like the hard to get.
Despite it being unwanted, an unwanted advance.
But this is part of the problem with like the news cycle now, is like all this stuff comes out and you essentially have to pick a side right away. They make you pick a side right away. And if you say like, look, I don't know what happened. Is there security footage of them doing this? I have no idea. But it's like you kind of have to have, you're forced to have an opinion now on all of these things, which back in the day you would have heard about it in the initial breaking of the story, and then maybe if they went to trial and there was a verdict. But now, like, these directors are like, he's out here working right now, and this is like, they have to decide, like, is the prestige of being a Woody Allen movie enough to dictate doing this film when they know how people feel about them? They're coming to Kevin Spacey. They're like, look, we're just waiting to see how this trial goes, and then we'll go. And people have different like a lot of people like, look, in the eyes of the law, they're like, look, he was never found guilty. So
or they're like, he was always nice to me.
And it's like, I'm going to be annoying here and say like, I make no opinion of it because like, I'm not going to watch any Kevin Spacey.
I mean, I would
stuff, but that's just
rather,
because I'm not like, I don't see him making any American movies anymore. But it's like, if without knowing, I don't know what you're supposed to do anymore.
Right.
I just know that what they're accused of is horrific and awful, but I can't know.
well, with Kevin Spacey, he did apologize for one of the allegations, which makes it, kind of undeniable that it happened. But when it comes to Hollywood and the film world and art world in general, I am more erring on the side of just painting them all with a broad brush and saying they're all weirdos, they're all perverts, they all lack a moral compass, and if they pretend to stand against any of this culture of abuse or whatever, it's just to look good in the media. They don't actually care. And they were all the ones who were complicit in Harvey Weinstein's, behavior in the 90s and the 2000s anyway. So who cares? Like they're probably overlooking other Harvey Weinstein's behaviors now.
Yeah.
Like whoever took his place. Because I'm sure there's a whole crop of other film executives that are doing the exact same thing or worse.
Yeah.
Still.
If you
and
wanna
they're never
make
to
it-
be seen. Never to be exposed or brought to justice for what they're doing.
Yeah, if you want to make it, you're not going to be speaking out on those things because then you're just going to get kicked out.
Yeah. So another thing, speaking of weird sex perverts at the Venice Film Festival.
Speaking of.
Emma Stone starred in a movie that was premiered at the film festival called Poor Things. And it had many graphic sex scenes. And it got an 8-minute long standing ovation. And I looked into this movie, and here's what someone on Twitter had to say. The new movie, Poor Things, is a hit at Venice Film Festival. Here is the movie plot. A pregnant Emma Stone tries to K herself and is saved by a modern-day Dr. Frankenstein. He saves her by transplanting the brain of her unborn baby into her skull. With the body of an adult and the brain of a newborn, she does what all newborns do. She becomes a nymphomaniac and prostitute, of course. There are graphic sex scenes between Emma Stone, playing a baby who can barely talk or walk, and Mark Ruffalo, the commie Disney star. I forget. Can newborns consent to sex? If they're smoking hot babes, they can. The movie is marketed as a comedy. And how dare you think this sounds like a thinly veiled PDF file porn? You Philistine, this is high art. Ugh. That's always the argument, right?
Yeah.
Is if you don't think this is, artistic,
You don't get it.
You clearly are uncultured, and you don't fit in with our exclusive crowd of people who do get it.
Yeah, who like to spirit
We think
cook.
it's hilarious. We even think that it's hot. And you're supposed to think like these are the elites that truly understand art, and we're the hicks from middle America who don't understand.
you just don't get it.
Yeah, if you don't like it, it means you don't get it.
There's nothing to get here. This is what I'm saying with The Idol, with Euphoria, those are more mainstream choices that people are watching. Less people are going to see this movie. Or Cuties, for example. It's all marketed the same way. It's you're just a prude if you don't think that this is acceptable, then this shouldn't be in the public sphere.
Did you watch the trailer of it too? Because I watched the trailer.
There's a trailer for Poor Things?
Yeah. And
I did not.
In it, Emma Stone can barely talk. She's like goo goo gaga-ing. She can barely walk. She's learning how to do these things all while working as I think they said as a prostitute, correct? Yeah.
Hollywood's gonna Hollywood. And the stuff
An 8-minute standing ovation. We support this.
Yeah.
This is what we think is normal.
Yeah.
When does it end? This is why I'm saying, let's bring back obscenity laws. Let's throw these people in jail.
Yeah.
How is this okay?
Yeah.
How is this okay?
Or maybe they could just use
back-
it as probable cause to search some hard drives.
Please, yeah. If anything.
Maybe don't throw them in jail, but at least, a cause for concern to go and look deeper perhaps. But, you're like I said,
This is so annoying.
we're just hicks. We don't get it.
The director said it was very important for
Bible
me not
thumpers.
to make a film that would be prudish because that would be completely betraying the main character. We had to be confident Emma Stone had to have no shame about her body, about nudity, engaging in those scenes, and she understood that right away.
Yeah.
And
Is
there are
Emma
just no
Stone
boundaries at all.
is she mid or is she considered a really Hollywood hottie?
She was
She was in the 2000s. When she did normal comedies.
I'm
don't
sorry,
know
I
what the fuck
never
happened,
was a
but-
fan of hers, truly. The best movie she ever did was Superbad, in my opinion.
She wasn't the best part of any of those movies.
Yeah,
know?
no, I agree.
I watched
she was
Easy A and I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, I know that movie sucked. She was in that one movie with Ryan Gosling.
She also just
honestly I
plays
didn't
Emma
hate,
Stone
but
and everything.
yes, she's just that quirky Emma
She's like,
Stone.
you know what? I'm going to stop getting typecasted. I'm going to stop playing Emma Stone in every movie I'm in. I'm going to play a newborn baby prostitute. What?
you know.
You had more
her
range
breakout
than that,
role.
right?
Yeah.
There were certainly, steps you could have taken, right? You had more acting range than just goo goo gaga, I'm prostitute.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.